about to get into Blueprint Live. Be sure to follow our amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusion, Tax Strategy, Ask Blue Jay, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Black Dollar Days. And be sure to tune into our other programming throughout the week. All right, y'all, let's get it.
Hey, y'all. I'm just jamming out real quick. Welcome back, y'all. Come on in. The water is fine. We got a lot of catching up to do. Oh, my goodness. It's been crazy, y'all. Hey, Lauren. I'm going to see you soon at your art exhibit. Make sure you drop the details for those that don't know. Y'all better get in tune with my sis. Period. Just gotta just rock out real quick. It's a good week. You know, we going into the holiday weekend. Y'all know we going into the holiday weekend. Now look, it's just, oh my goodness, I haven't seen y'all and you know, or talked to nobody in a while, baby. I have been living my absolute best life. She said, yes, y'all make sure y'all come out. The art exhibit is going down in Park Forest, Illinois next weekend. Okay, here is the link here. So you all make sure that you get in tune. Definitely come and check it out. Lauren, oh my goodness. Your art reminds me of so many of the greats, like just the great people in art. And I'm so happy for you that, you know, you're getting your work out there, because she's always been an artist. I mean, literally has been drawing things since I've known her. So I'm so happy and I can't wait to celebrate with you for your exhibit. Y'all, oh my goodness, like, first off, vacation was lit. It was lit, but we're going to jump into it. If you're just joining me, make sure that you are following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms. Just type in at the BP Media Co. and we're going to pop up. And make sure you're following me, MzMetchi, that's MzMetchi on all platforms, okay? My goodness. And shout out to our incredible sponsors, because, you know, we cannot go any further without thanking our sponsors. So Black Dollar Days, okay? Make sure that you all are subscribed to the page. And if you're a Black-owned business, make sure that you are a part of their registry, okay? You can visit theblackdollardays.com for more information. Shout out to Paris Ice Bar. She is your mobile bartender. And if you're in the Florida area, okay, for all of my Florida listeners, she is having a bartenders convention on September 17th, okay? So if you're in the area, make sure that you go and stop by, get some premium, you know, cocktails that are, you know, these are personalized cocktails for you, okay? And shout out to Fire Infusions, last but not least, okay? For those that like a little bit of the sticky with a little bit of the icky, okay? And for all of my people, shout out to my people in Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston, okay? Wherever you at, I hope you're good, okay? It's been a great week. Okay, and thank you so much for tuning in, okay? If you like that song I opened up to tonight, that was Riding by Not Them, okay? That is, you know, y'all know that they are definitely one of the favorite groups for the Blueprint Live, so make sure you all go and check them out. And last but not least, shout out to Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. You know, if you're a new listener, my show is available on all of those platforms. So this is FM radio, internet radio, and then the show is also everywhere, anywhere that you listen to podcasting, okay? So make sure you can catch the Blueprint Live everywhere. And I've been having some requests, y'all. Let me tell y'all about some requests that I've been having. People are like, they want to see more of the Corporate Chronicles. You know, I did 2 different limited series outside of the Blueprint Live. The Blueprint Live is just going to be forever my thing. But I did MzMetchi one-on-one, where I sat down with well over 30 different individuals. These were entrepreneurs. These were people, you know, activists, people that were doing things within their communities and bringing everyone together. And I was able to have over 30 different interviews with all of these inspirational entrepreneurs. to really talk about their journey. And I've even had like requests to bring it back. And I'm like, wait, that was a limited series, you know? And then I also did Corporate Chronicles, where I talked about a lot of things. And, you know, it was funny because my husband mentioned to me, he said, you have grown so much in your career, even as of recently over the last few years, and that I should bring it back. So, you know, I'm putting it on my list of things to do. And then of course, you know, I have Reality Bites, where we talk about all things reality TV. So, you know, because I am, anyone that knows me, y'all know that I like to watch a little bit of the BS TV. I do. Yes, I'm all for it. Zeus Network, one of my favorites. I happily pay my $3.99 every month. Okay, so you all make sure, you know, I'll definitely have some episodes coming up of that. And then also make sure that you're checking out Sis Glow Up. That's what Be Your Own Kind, who is a partner of the Blueprint Media Company. So make sure that you are going to check her out. Shout out to Renita. Shout out to my sis. You all make sure that you go and do that. Hey, girl. Okay, we got Jim's checking in. Like, Jim's, you know, I got my little faux locks right now, but baby, you know, I'm back to the bundles as soon as the takedown happens. Okay, because y'all know I love my Gems by Jazz. Make sure y'all go and shop. You can use my promo code soft plug MzMetchi 15. Okay, you want to do that. You want the savings. You want the bundles. You want the premium stuff. I literally have units from Jasmine that date back to about 3 years that look like that they're brand new. You know, you got to also have the proper upkeep for your units too. Okay, so Gems by Jazz has you covered on like the education behind your hair, as well as the bundles and units. So you make sure you go and check her out. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Facebook user, I cannot see your name. Drop your name. Yes, I'm gonna get a good old body wave wig. Yes, I think I know who that is. Whitney, is that you? Whitney, if it's you, just drop a hand. Drop a hand. So tonight's topic, you know, I wanted to. It's a story with this, but hear me out. Today's topic is, how do you deal with conflict? Now, I felt the need to talk about this because it was very interesting. I had a corporate training this week, so all my 9 to 5 folks, okay, y'all know what it's like for them company wide trainings. You just like this. This could have been an email or a PowerPoint. This did not need to be a meeting where we had to leave our place of residence or our job sites. We did not need that. But overall, I wanted to talk to you all about, you know, a model that I kind of saw on there. And I was just like this, okay, this isn't half bad. So we're going to talk about tonight, how do you deal with conflict, okay? Now, let me get in these comments. Who is this over here? She said, it's me, Whitney. I don't know why it's doing this. Yeah, I don't know why it does that either. Okay, we know Whitney is tuning in. Yes, and Jasmine said, thank you, sis. You already know. Yes. Hey, Whitney. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. What's up, Auntie Tracy, girl? Welcome back, girl. Look, it was funny. I was getting messages while I was in Mexico, and everybody was like, what's going on, today? Like 2 of my cousins hit me up, my auntie and a few of my friends. I'm like, y'all, I am not even in the U.S. I'm not even in the U.S. right now, okay? Oh my goodness, y'all. Look, we got so much to talk about. Now, look, I want to give you all a quick snippet of an event that the Blueprint Media Company has been invited to be one of the exclusive media teams for the coldest winter ever fashion show that's coming up. So It all goes down at the coldest winter ever fashion affair, happening on September 25th at LTV Events in Hazel Crest, Illinois. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite. For more information, call 779-324-2177. This event is brought to you by the Black Exchange in partnership with Fluent Radio. All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. Okay, so y'all make sure that y'all join me at the fashion affair. It all goes down. Okay, this is September 25th. Now, for all my South suburban people, this is right. This is right in the heart of the suburbs. You cannot miss this. Okay, so I want y'all to be in the building. Come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to be doing interviews for any of my entrepreneurs that are out here. You know, all of that. So make sure we do it. Whitney said the crew. The crew, yes. The gym dolls are in the building. Yes, we are. Hey, Auntie Tracy. Hey, y'all. I love y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. So look, tonight's Hate It and Love It. I want to go ahead and get into it. It's been a lot of craziness that's been happening since your girl been gone. So I'll start it off on a high note. Vacation was everything, y'all. I was so happy. I've been so happy this year because I did a virtual vision board party with my good sis Renita. Shout out to Be Your Own Kind. And on there, I naturally I put a few places that I wanted to go and that I wanted to visit this year. And so far, I've gotten 2 out of the 3. Okay. So I said Jamaica, which I went for my birthday. I said Mexico. And then I also, I haven't been to Houston. And now that my show is in, like, y'all, my show made it to Houston before I made it to Houston. You can't tell me God is not good. Okay. Like and I'm sorry, this is not a moment of gloating, but just a moment of just a pure joy. Like I have literally been trying to go to Houston for about the last couple years. Definitely right before COVID, and then I tried to go again afterwards. So that's the next thing that's on my list. But so far, I've been checking it off, and Mexico was absolutely beautiful. The only thing that I will say is that if you're vacationing there right now, they are having high amounts of seaweed, and it smells like booty tank. Okay, it does not smell good. So that's the only thing. But you just want to kind of go at a resort. I would say look for the reviews where they are showing that they actually keep their beaches clean that are on the resorts and different things of that sort. So definitely just a tip if you are going to be traveling to Mexico. They're experiencing very high amounts of it, like so much to where it's like in the news and stuff. So just be mindful of that, but go and enjoy yourself. Like I got so lit. My husband and I had a great time. Like, it was an adults only resort. Okay, like MzMetchi love the kids, but MzMetchi also loves the adults. Okay, and just kind of having that time, because when I had a pamper float by me at the resort in Jamaica, I was completely outdone at that point. I was outdone. Okay. Yes. Jasmine said, "Come on, let's go to Houston." Okay. When? She said, "Period, Miss Groundbreaking. Won't God do it?" Oh my goodness, y'all. Jasmine has been speaking that over me since we've known each other. And you know what? It's like I'm so happy that that y'all are tuning in, especially Jasmine and Whitney, because we really like have all grinded it out since the inceptions of our business. So that's definitely that's another love it this week. But let me get into my hated it though. And I know y'all heard about this. I know y'all did. I'm just gonna say the name, Aries Spears and Lizzo. Did y'all hear about that beef that's been going on? First off, y'all, why does this crunchy man keep getting into the public eye and talking bad about people? And he looks like he is not doing too well. He's not doing too good at all. And he acknowledges that, but like he went in on Lizzo low key. And I hate the fact that everyone, they don't want to see like a fabulous like plus size woman that's like comfortable in her own skin. Like if you're plus size, or if you've ever carried some extra weight, like you know that you're overweight, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fat. Hi, I'm a fat person, and I know that I'm fat, but I feel good. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it seems like that the media and the public eye doesn't like to see women that are just confident in their own skin. Because I've got two things related to this particular hated it tonight. But Aries Spears had some really disparaging comments to say. And with Lizzo, she's in the public eye. I can honestly say that when she first came out, I didn't too much like really take notice like that. But I started seeing her get so much press for, just her body image. And I'm just like, well, I want to listen to her music and see what's going on. I want to kind of know a little bit more about this artist they're always talking about her weight. Hey, sis. Hey, Wendy. Hey, shout out Patty Girls in the building. Hey, what's up, Brittany? Hey, sis. Thank you so much for tuning in. So look, we talking about Aries Spears and the comments that he made to Lizzo, or about Lizzo, on an interview that he did. So it just really, it wasn't nice. It was uncalled for. He did not have to do that. But he still, he still chose to say those things. So my love it along with that is the fact that when Lizzo won her award, she even made a reference to the fact that, like, why doesn't she clap back? But she's continuing to win. You know what I'm saying? And that was ultimately her message and her acceptance speech for one of her awards at the VMAs that happened last weekend. And I really, really love that, because it's just like, when you have things or people or different influences that are trying to go against everything that you're trying to put out good into the world, you have to be able to block out that negativity so that you can continue to strive and do what it is that you need to do. And I feel like Lizzo has kind of got that down pat. She doesn't really let the haters or anything phase her. Like, she's aware that is happening around her, but she does not let it phase her or get in the way of her success. So that's definitely to love it. Let me get into Wendy's comment, because she said the audacity of his ASS, and now he's in the news for alleged child abuse. That's what he needs to focus on. Right. It's like he's been problematic for years. I really feel like that he is the type of comedian that just says things for that shock value. And it's just not a good thing. And like I said, it comes down to that society wants us to like have only these 1 to 3 versions of how you're supposed to look. Like right now, everybody is walking around and they, looking like ants. And no shade. I mean, if you like, I've seen some women with some great BBLs and all types of stuff. But right now, y'all know how it is. First, the skinny girls are in style, and then it's the bubble butts, and then it's the plus whatever. Everybody should just be comfortable in their own skin. Why are you worried? If you don't like it, don't look. Brittany said, I love that the internet been tearing him up for coming for her. Yeah, it was just like, it was unsolicited. She didn't say anything to prompt any of those comments. She literally just like has her album out. Yitty is doing well. Her plus size and full figured clothing line that she has with Fabuletics. She's doing very well for herself. And it's just when you are winning, or when you are in a place where it's just like you're just continuing to climb up, you're going to have those people along the way that are just going to be mad and just saying whatever to try to throw you off your square. And my love it this week definitely has to be Lizzo, and the fact that I extremely admire her ability to just overlook the BS and to keep marching forward. I certainly think that with the way that she has been done in the public eye, that is something that if you're on the rise, or you're putting yourself out there, take a lesson out of her book to keep going, no matter what, no matter what, and be confident in who you are. Like for me, I am a full figure woman. I don't mind. I'm going to show you. I could show you pictures of just my face, or I could do a full body pic, or do whatever I need to do. Like, I'm confident in who I am. I'm a big girl. I got a little bit of a fupa, baby. Like, embrace who you are. There are some people that just hate to see it. And Ari Spears is miserable. It feels like his energy just bleeds miserable in any audio that I hear of him, any video that I see of him. Okay. Speaking on the hated it for. Oh yes, hold on. Let me get these comments. Yes, love her. We love Lizzo over here. Lizzo, we love you, girl. We love you. Okay, period, for real. Yes. She said, you not popping if you don't have haters. I agree. I mean, and then this is the thing though. It's just like when you're in your own lane and you're worried about whatever it is that you're doing, you don't even care if you're perceived to be popping or not. You just gonna continue to keep dominating whatever it is that you do. Because like for me, I don't care. I'm trying to beat the person who I was yesterday. I don't care about how you look or however she look. The only thing I'm looking at Lizzo for is baby, you got some more Yitty that's coming out, because all the pieces that I like are not available. That's the only thing I'm looking at. I'm only looking at Lizzo for that. It's nothing else. Thank you, Auntie Tracy. She says your makeup is nice. Y'all, I be on Pinterest and stuff. Pinterest. Brittany said he ugly and fat himself. The nerve of him to require anyone to be a baddie. Who's sleeping with him, sis? Who's sleeping with Ari Spears? I'd like to interview them. He looks like that he breathes hard and that he was sweating your eye. I'm sorry, that might be too explicit for some of my listeners, but it's how I feel. Ugh. He was sitting there. How about this? Lizzo is able to play an instrument, right? Do choreography and sing as a plus size, full figured woman. Okay. He was sitting there on his interview, sitting, and I want you all to sitting, and was sweating like a hog. Do you hear what I'm telling you? If you don't believe me, put the video up. I'm not going to play it right now because you know what, MzMetchi's not trying to have no copyright stuff on the Blueprint Live. We're keeping it clean of that. But y'all haven't heard the story. I'll share the news on the Blueprint Media Company page. However, who messing with him? Who messing with him? Hold on. And she also added, and he has titties. Yes. Shan said that's part. Hey girl, thank you so much for tuning in. What's up, sis? Thank you. When he said, don't forget she snaps on the flute. Snaps. Y'all remember the video she did? It was a very short video. I want to say maybe a TikTok or a reel that she did with Megan Thee Stallion. I think they were like, she was sitting up there playing the flute or whatever the case is. Lizzo gets down. Okay, not a bead of sweat. I'm like, first off, what type of setting spray do you use? Okay, because the big girls want to know. The big girls want to know what type of. I want to know. Maybe not all the big girls, but MzMetchi wants to know what type of setting spray do they use on Lizzo? Because baby girl does not sweat during her performance. But this man was sitting up there sweating like a hog and got the nerve to be making comments about her. He always comes out and attacks somebody that is relevant at the time. Do y'all notice that? If anybody kind of like follows a lot of his outbursts, he's picking on who's popping at this point. It's giving hater. It's giving this is not needed. It's giving you should really stop and you need to move on. Okay? So Aries Spears, cut it out. It's not cute. Wait, Wendy said, and the first thing you zone in on is his Ricky Raccoon eyes. He got a lot of nerve, girl. I'm just like this. It's giving you're abandoned in the night. Like it's giving, do you have on goggles? Y'all remember the things that they want? A girl, you want to come to my hotel. Do you have a streamer on your eyes? He could really be fried out here. And I was so happy that Mike Epps went in on him because I'm like this. Yes, let's go comedian to comedian. Because I'm like, you picking on Lizzo and she ain't even did nothing to you. She didn't do anything. Speaking of somebody else that y'all picking on that I don't like. I don't like that y'all picking on her. Not that I don't like this person. Glorilla. Okay? Miss FNF. Y'all know who she is. Y'all know who she is. Why y'all want her to get a BBL so bad? And this is the thing. I done seen some great surgeries. And baby, and look, and I ain't ashamed. I would do it too. I would do it too. However, she made a post. She made a post recently. She said, "This is my last time addressing this. You MFers better get used to this slim body, green, pretty eyes, and big, beautiful nose of mine, because ain't a damn thing gonna change. Y'all can hate yourself all y'all want, but I love me some Big Glow. Big Glow, we love you too. We love you too. Yes, goggles, Brittany. Yes." We love Big Glow. I love her. My whole thing is, first off, the song, I don't care if you are in a long-standing relationship. Here I am, 11 years in. But when FNF come on, it takes me. We needed that. We needed this anthem back in the day. Where was Glorilla at in our 20s? Okay? Do y'all... I'm talking to my ladies that was young and dumb that needed an anthem where it's just like every time it came on, you have to power up. Okay. Glorilla has done that for the ladies of this time, okay, that are going through that season. Because we popping out at red lights, twerking on them headlights. Okay. You can't tell me. Leave that girl alone. Why y'all want her to change her body so bad? I agree. She said they better leave Big Glow alone. Big Glow, leave her alone. And I for me, it's so weird. I'll tell you guys something that I also people have said it to me, kind of like being a full figure woman. And it even happened to me on vacation where they were just like, oh, I love your confidence. Da 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 da. I'm just like, so I find myself like, I look at this situation with Glorilla, like, man, I'm like, I love the fact that it's like she's saying something like that, because most of the rapper girls come out and it's just like, it's all the same thing, but she's being authentically herself. You know what I'm saying? Like authentically herself. So leave people alone. Let people do what they want to do. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Really said, I definitely transform when it's a transformation that happens very quickly. As soon as that as soon as that little melody pop out, I'm just like this. It's lit. It's lit. First off, I ain't even had no sip, y'all. We've been talking. Hold on. I ain't even. I got a little bit of what is this? It's Cooper Talk. It's Cooper Talk. Y'all already know. Trying to get K said, listen, much needed, been screaming it all my life. Girl, been screaming it all my life. But imagine if we would have had that anthem back in the day. Imagine when we used to, like, I mean, because I know I know everybody on here that probably got out at one point and danced at a light. Drop your hand if you did. Hi, my name is MzMetchi, and I have definitely danced at a red light before. If that song would have been on back then, back when we needed it, back when we needed the song, it would have been lit. 100%. 100%. I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, I have a very, very juicy what would you do? And for my people that love the what would you do, I need y'all to stick around. Just give me this last segment, because I know y'all butts be in and out. But y'all, this one is good. And honestly, I would not know what to do in this situation. And I really want to hear what y'all have to say. So let's go ahead and take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. It all goes down at the coldest winter ever fashion affair, happening on September 25th at LTV Events in Hazel Crest, Illinois. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite. For more information, call 779-324-2177. This event is brought to you by the Black Exchange in partnership with Fluent Radio. Let's get into today's What Would You Do, where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
So I saw this particular What Would You Do in one of the relationship groups that I'm on. And y'all know y'all can submit y'all situations to me too anonymously. Like I put it out there. But some of these situations are a little bit wild. And this one is definitely wild. So I want y'all to like listen up real quick. Let me get in these comments before we start. What y'all talking about? She said, my mama was a little ghetto. I was hoping our dancing at the light when I was hopping out dancing at the light when it was Girl, I mean, look, when you pop out, you pop out. Okay. This person was asking for some advice, and y'all, this is it disturbed me. It disturbed me. Yesterday, my 59-year-old mother gave me her cell phone for me to look at it because she was having issues with the volume. And just by curiosity, I went through it. And that's how I found out that she's been sleeping with a guy that, based on his Facebook information and posts, just turned 25. Based on the timeline of their interactions, seems that they've been sleeping together for at least 1 year. I also found explicit pictures of them performing various sexual acts, as well as 2 videos of them having sex. This is extremely disturbing to me since we are talking about my own mother, and it breaks my heart since my dad doesn't deserve this. I couldn't sleep last night, and this is really bothering me, and I don't know if I'll be able to look at my mom the same way again. And please don't give me the they may have an open marriage BS line. No, they don't. My mother is just being sneaky, obviously, and it breaks my heart for my dad. He's an amazing man and father and doesn't deserve this. I'm meeting my 2 sisters and brother later this evening since I told them I needed to tell them something important. I need some advice, please. What is the best way to bring this up to my siblings, and how can we talk to our mother about it? What would you do? Y'all, his 59-year-old mother is sleeping with a 29-year-old, and she is married. She's married. Married. What do you do in a situation like that? I wasn't prepared for this one. That's deep, y'all. That's deep. Like, you caught your own parent? Let me get into these comments. Auntie Tracy said, come right out with it. I mean, this is the thing. Like, do you need to necessarily involve the sibling? I mean, I don't know, y'all. For the ones that's got multiple siblings, like, like, what are y'all doing in that situation? You gonna loop everybody in? Does everybody get a memo? Because, geez, I don't know, y'all. That's a tough one. This was a real tough one to read about. And then first off, y'all have to stop going through people's phones when you get their phones. You don't need to swipe left or right. Why? Why are you going through other people's stuff? That's an invasion of privacy. I don't know, y'all. They might have some type of an arrangement, right? Like, it certainly seems like that way. This situation, I think that all you can do is just start the conversation. This is a really heavy one, though, because essentially him seeing that, it's like he's about to dismantle a lot of things very quickly. And they 60 years old. Almost. Round up. I personally don't know what I would do. For me, I would have to probably say something right then and there, instead of like waiting to kind of let it fester and doing things of that sort. I think that the best thing to do would probably be to just go ahead and just kind of start that conversation right away. That certainly seems like what it should be. She said, "Stand in your truth." Yeah, and the truth is that this particular sibling was the one that caught the cheating. So if you're just tuning in with me, I know I see a few people kind of coming in on the live. Tonight's what would you do is that a gentleman caught his mother basically having an affair with someone that's more than half her age, and she's married, of course, to his father. So he's trying to figure out how to tell his siblings and then how he can actually talk to his mom about it. Y'all, I don't know if I would involve other people. I think I would just take it to her. I mean, just to try to like spare something. I mean, that's hard. You're really in between a rock and a hard place because those are both your parents, and naturally you care about both your parents. You don't want them to hurt, But yeah, hold on. I agree with what Jasmine said. She said definitely shouldn't be going through nobody's phone. Yeah, it's just like she asked you about the volume. The volume should have been something that you should have went into the settings. That did not involve you going into any galleries to see what she was taking pictures of. Because for all y'all know it's some weird things out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Daddy probably can't, do what he got to do. He probably like to watch. You don't know what people are into. That's the thing. You can't be fiddling into people's marriage, okay, and their relationships and how they do stuff. Look it up, honey. I mean, if that's what you into, y'all know they got some different storylines and some different things that they could do. I would probably, if it were me, if I was in this person's shoes, if I, saw it or stumbled across it or something like that, I would definitely just be like, hey, yo, I see what is in this phone. I think you need to stop. What's up? Y'all good over here? I mean, I don't know if I would like make it like a big display. That's just me personally though. But I like I said, I want to know what y'all think. Jasmine said that's grown folks' business. That's their business. It is their business. Yeah, you don't know why that's the case. They may have already checked out. They may have just been like, look, I'm gonna stay here with you. You could do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. What's going on in daddy phone? You never know what people have going on within their relationships and in the confines of their relationships. So I mean, the first thing that is bothersome to me about tonight's What Would You Do is just the invasion of privacy. Like you wouldn't have saw that if you would have went in to do the one thing that you were asked to do, and that was to adjust the volume. Right? Like it was to adjust the volume. So that was the first thing that had me heated. But now that like I said, I just don't know if I'm going to be dragging in additional people to come in and like have a conversation about what mom is doing. Tracy said, of course, everybody have their own reasons. I agree. Yeah. I mean, and you don't know. And this is the thing. I say it all the time on the show, that when it comes to like your relationship, and this doesn't even have to be a marriage or whatever, like it could be a long-standing relationship, it could be a short-term relationship. You run your relationship the way that you want to run your relationship. Like you don't owe anybody anything or any explanation for how you decide to do you with your significant other. Like you don't. And it's just one of those things where it's like maybe you just need to kind of stay in your own place. Mind the business that minds you. Jasmine says some people stay married for their kids and live separate lives. Exactly. They locked in. They like a divorce is too much. We might as well just stay locked in. Everyone has their different reasons for doing things. Like, I know couples and people that are staying together or people that were in a relationship and they're not in a relationship anymore, but economically it just makes sense. I mean, rent is high out here. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there's no love, no intimacy like that. They're just doing what they need to do to kind of get by until they're, really ready to move forward and kind of plant their feet in some other places. So people do whatever it is that they have to do. I personally think that on certain things that we have to mind our business. Because you can know some things and try to share some things and do all that other stuff and just it blow up in your face. Sometimes it's just easier to really just mind your own business. Just be done with it. Just mind your business. Mind your business. I don't think that he should go. I can understand if he has a flawed perception of his mom, from that, but it's just like, that's why, like, take it to the source. I personally don't think it's a need to get everybody involved, because this is the thing that people have to remember, even as children, right? Even though we're grown people, we're still, we're still someone's child, right? What we have to understand with our parents is that they're human too, right? So we look at our parents, we look at our church leaders, we look at our political figures, and all of these people, they're just supposed to be like exempt from ever having any human emotion, making mistakes, doing things that, could be humiliating or embarrassing or whatever it is, give it a little bit of grace. If your mom had went through your phone and discovered that you were cheating on your spouse, would you want her to go and have a conversation with your spouse, or would you prefer that she have a personal conversation with you, and then maybe you all can have a heart to heart about what's really going on, what the arrangement is, why you choose to do that? Like that, for me, everything doesn't have to be so like on blast. We don't have to put everybody on blast when they mess up, right? Like, And just because they're your parent and they've instilled values in you and they've done all of these different things, it doesn't mean that they're not human and that they can't fall short from glory too. You know, in this situation, and while my opinion may be somewhat controversial as far as that's concerned, I would have a conversation with my mother. I would not involve my siblings because that's something that is it could be very traumatic for everyone. And I understand that everyone doesn't have the relationship with their parents that I have. So let me preface what I'm about to say with that. Even in this moment where maybe his mother, he feels like she may not be honoring herself, I'm a firm believer of honor thy mother and thy father. You know what I'm saying? So in doing that, in honoring her, even though she's, kind of displayed something that seems to not really fit that narrative, I wouldn't embarrass my mother. I wouldn't humiliate her. But I would try to get down and have a heart to heart, because I mean, if for those that have their mothers in their life at whatever capacity, we're talking about the good mothers. We're talking about the mothers that are there, that are present for you. They're doing their best. They're trying. How many times has she talked to you or tried to get down to the bottom of an issue with you when maybe you had taken a left turn? You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm just very big on handling things and trying to give it the proper level of grace. So in this situation, I feel like that him talking to his siblings, I think that it's a little bit premature. And I just don't think that it's very necessary. And it's just like, don't drag everybody else into it. Talk to your mother first. Clearly, she's taking a left turn too. And this is the thing. Parents can be corrected as well, right? Right, like it's that they can have some different ways of how can we do things differently, or what, hey mom or dad, you're doing this and it's not right and it's hurting my feelings or it's making me feel some type of way. Parents can be corrected too, just as the children are. I personally think it's a mistake to bring everybody in so quickly without at least having, I don't think that you should bum rush the mom like that. That's just me personally. I don't have my mother here anymore. I don't. And for one, if this was a situation I was having, Facebook would never hear about it. Never. So Auntie Tracy said that's a two-way street. I know that's right. In that order, just ask me. Yeah, just ask your mom what's going on. And because this is the thing, people don't like to ask questions or go directly to the source because they are going to be uncomfortable with the answer that they may receive. Right? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go like, yeah, he said specifically, and please don't give me that they might have an open marriage BS line. You might be surprised if your parents actually have that. So you don't want to go directly to the source because you're afraid that that could possibly be the answer. So you tell yourself in your mind, like, no. That's BS. But that could very well be their reality, right? Like, am I crazy? Y'all tell me if I'm crazy or not. She said, say that, and thy days shall be longer. Yeah, like at the end of the day, you wouldn't want your parent to embarrass you when you take a left turn. So wouldn't you want to extend that courtesy too? You can't be the one to break that up. That's not your place. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Wendy said I wouldn't want to be the bearer of bad news to my siblings. I agree. Like it's just like, so just because you saw it or whatever the case is, you can't just at least try to have a conversation with her personally and get it together. You want to blow the whole spot up. You trying to blow the whole family up. Make it make sense. It's not making sense to me. It really is not. It's not. Jasmine agrees. Usher Tracy said it could be. He has to stop that part of the marriage. So if he stops, is she supposed to stop with the intimacy part of the marriage? Bing bong. And that's the thing. And for those that are in relationships, most of the people that are tuned in and that are live with me right now are either in long-term relationships or they've had long-term relationships in their life, right? There's come to a certain point in time where you've had to have some discussions with your partner as far as what do things look like with us. Because I'm a different person maybe than when we started. You're a different person. You have different needs, wants, and desires, and so do I. What does that look like, right? So if they got to a point and say he's just like this, hey, I can't do it no more, or I don't want to do it no more, but do whatever you want to do. That's a covenant that they have within their relationship, right? It has nothing to do with anyone else because that is their relationship. They can do whatever it is that they want to do. People are not prepared for that. So what do most couples do? They keep the things that go on with them private. They don't allow those things to get out because they already know, hey, we're probably taking an unconventional way to even deal with our stuff. And we don't want to be ridiculed in the midst of trying to figure out what we're doing within our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it all comes full circle. So yeah, it's like, is she expected to stop too? Or do they make it work and come up with some type of an agreement within the confines of their relationship? How does this become about everybody else? And now you got to loop the siblings in and have them looking at her like that she's a hoe. Because let's be honest, that's what they're going to do to mom when he brings in the other three siblings. They're going to say mom is doing this and da da da. He's about to tear the family up. She going to be in a nursing home by herself. Y'all know it. It's giving Tyler Perry movie. Okay? Like, it's a little bit too much. It's too much. Jasmine said, people set high expectations for others, but you really have to see everyone as a human being. Exactly. So, and in doing that, we have to treat people essentially how we would like to be treated. So if we've done something or if we've taken a left turn, we want to be handled with some compassion. We want to be handled with some understanding. We want to be handled with a certain level of openness to understand why we may have taken certain detours in our life. And my thing is that even the worst parent, I mean, he said that his parents were pretty good people. Even with that, right? Do you not extend that same feeling of grace to your own parent who may have just like you at some point in your life? Because none of us are without fault, without sin, without despair, without shame. We've all felt these things before. Why would you treat her any different? Why humiliate your mother when maybe you can correct her? Again, parents can be corrected too. It's not just exclusive to parents doing it to children. Now, again, I don't have children, and I'm speaking from the perspective of a child. You can provide some type of conversation as well. Auntie Tracy said it's a violation if it's the female, and just one of those things if it's the dad. Right. It's just a little bit too much for me. I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, Jasmine said it's the double standard for me. Yeah, it's like your parents could probably catch you doing. They've been catching you doing. I was about to cuss bad things since you was born. They watched you do it your entire lifespan. Mama was trying to get her some. You don't know when the last time daddy gave her some. Let's have a real conversation. Now, I'm not condoning anything, but again, until you know all of the facts of what is going on within that particular relationship, meaning that you have gone directly to the horse's mouth, you are not in a place to activate yourself, to dismantle everything and to blow the spot up. Okay? We got to start treating people like how we want to be treated. If somebody knows some stuff about you, approach me, ask me, because I'll tell you, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is what's been going on. And this was just an agreement that we had. And I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Mama might be remorseful. Okay? Everybody has needs, wants, and desires out here. And within the confines of your relationship, again, because and even for the people that's poly, and they got 3-4 people in their relationship, they have a covenant within that situation. And when you are outsider, it may look crazy as hell to you. You might be like, oh my God, so he sleep with her on Tuesdays, he do this, blah, 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 blah. Right? But it's just too much. It's too much when he said preach, girl, because it's crazy. As Tracy said, keep it 100 and be transparent. No expectations, no disappointments. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. Can we have a certain expectation on our, parents? Like, I mean, if you got good parents and stuff, you just like, oh, like they're the example of who you like want to be or whatever the case is, but they are also human and they deserve grace as well. Okay. Again, we're talking about like the parents, like the good parents. We're not talking about the, the bad ones. So for anybody that's tuning in, if you don't have the best relationship with your parent, we're talking about like your active family members that you like adore like that. Okay. The people that you look up to. Because this could happen with anybody. It could be an auntie taking care of their kids, and they just like, auntie, you out here, you know what I'm saying, getting down with the 25-year-olds. What's good? What's tea? Auntie Tracy said you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Absolutely. Jasmine said, just wondering their skin color. They were actually black. The guy that submitted this particular one to that particular group was a black man. Yes. Jasmine said, because we know better, mama and daddy stepping is an unfortunate norm. We don't even care. No, don't say that. No, I would care about something like that, sis. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Y'all, Jasmine crazy. Jasmine crazy. No, so they were a black family too. So yeah, I think that with this one, we're all on the same page, that instead of dragging everyone else into the BS, that we should just approach the mom straight away and work to get the answers that are needed to, really just kind of remedy this. I do feel bad for the dad too, but then, like I said, we don't have the full story. We don't have. Wait a minute. Jasmine said that's the white type of black. Goodbye, Jasmine. Bye. Like if something like that happened when I was, if something, let me clarify, if something like that happened when I was growing up, it would be like a whole Full House and like, episode. It would be, it's giving Full House, it's giving Step by Step, it's giving Family Matters. Like mom, what's going on? These kids be too nosy. Stay up out of mama's phones. Stay out of people's phones. Don't go through nobody's phone. What y'all doing? It's giving too much. It's giving too much. So that was a good, what would you do tonight? Let's go ahead and get into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
So it's been reported. What the hell was that? More than 20 million households risk losing power due to delinquent utility bills, y'all. So we got over 20 million households that are not paying their utilities, and they're at risk of delinquency. This was a study that was done by basically the commission that handles everything related to data for utility collection in the United States. That's a lot of people, y'all. That's a lot of people. I don't know. It's a little bit too much. Jasmine, what you talking about? She said, we a little too hood. BMs and BDs still show up to the cookout, and folks be remarried. But yeah, no, honestly, you're right. You like, yeah, I got my little, my water out here. Okay, but back to tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. They 20 million people, y'all, in the US. They're not paying their bills. For me, I cannot be without my lights, my gas, my stuff like that, my water. I guess people really took the COVID stuff. They like, oh, we just not gonna pay anything. Peace. They took that a little bit to heart. They no, the relief is over with, y'all. Pay y'all bills. Okay. That's number one. Now, for those of us, well, let me not say those of y'all that missed out on your Facebook check. All the Illinois residents, if you missed out. So here's another opportunity for you. If you are a Snapchat user, okay, Illinois residents who use Snapchat lenses or filters are eligible to receive payment due to a class action lawsuit, okay? And this is for those that live in Illinois, okay? As you all know, with like this biometric stuff, like apparently they weren't supposed to be like scanning our face, our fingers, all of that stuff. And there are certain filters that are on Snapchat and as well as the other apps too, your Facebook, your TikTok and Reels, that essentially, of course, is scanning your face. And apparently they're not supposed to do that in the state of Illinois. So they are cutting everybody a chisek. Okay. I will definitely be sharing the link for that so that you all can get in on that if you so choose. Okay. Just like I said, especially for those that might have missed out on they Facebook check. Okay. Because they definitely was handing it out. Like when it smacked, I was like, yo, what? I'm like, how did y'all get my Zelle? Y'all, okay, for those that filled out for the Facebook thing, did you, I don't remember them asking us about our Zelle. I was like, oh. This is odd. I don't remember giving you all this information, but needless to say, he did show up, and I was just like, okay, this is cool beans. So moving along, Texas confirms its first monkeypox death. Okay, and this might be the very first that has gone down in the U.S. so far. So as you all know, as we're just kind of coming back from the effects of COVID-19, that monkeypox is definitely a disease that's on the horizon. It's something that is starting to take national and international notice. And they just confirmed the first death in Texas. I didn't even know that with that particular virus that there was even a possibility, I wasn't aware of that. So there's still so much to be learned about this particular illness. And I'm just hoping that this particular illness doesn't take control in the way that COVID-19 did, because that was a scary time. And monkeypox is a little bit more physical than it is on the internal side of things. And I don't really like that. I don't really like that. I don't know about y'all, but it's not for me. It's not for me. So that's that. This week, Diddy ended up sharing a picture of him and Dr. Dre in the studio, y'all. Do y'all know how epic that is? Where all my 80s and 90s babies that remember like the East Coast, West Coast, all of that stuff. Diddy said that it was basically like it was one of his biggest dreams had came true. And I'm like, as a fan, I'm excited for it. Like, I feel like it's gonna be some heat, because this is the thing. Dr. Dre be doing some stuff. Okay, he don't like to keep his hands to himself or whatever the case is. But when he's in the studio, we like the music that he creates. Dr. Dre, you can't take it away. He's a talented artist, one of the ones that did one of the biggest deals as far as with like a product with the Beats headphones and stuff. I mean, you got to give props where props is due. But he shared the images that hit them in the studio, and I am so excited to hear what they come up with, like literally anticipating it, because as crazy as Diddy is with some of his antics, I do enjoy his music. I do enjoy his projects. You know what I'm saying? I sincerely enjoy it. So really looking forward to that. Jasmine said, OMG. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, these two are sitting next to each other? Like, what? So a heartwarming story this week. So Lil Baby, the rapper, fit a Lambo up with a little bro them a job. You can come get rich with us. You gonna eat or you gonna starve. He ended up hitting $1 million at a casino in Vegas, and he split the 1 million with all his friends, y'all. And I just thought that was so great. I love to see stuff like that, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Come one, come all. Come one, come all. I thought that it was super dope, and you could just see him. He just like passing it out like, I love to see stuff like that. That was amazing. I'm like, go Lil Baby. So that's definitely a heartwarming story for the week. Like, get you some friends that they ain't gonna just sit there with the big, but they gonna help you too. Okay, because if it was me, I'm just like this. Hey, you know what? I just want all this money. I'm gonna give y'all some too. I won it and I'm rich already. He's doing really well for himself. I actually this weekend I want to check out his documentary. I've been hearing a lot of people say that it was really, really good. But to wrap up, wait, Jasmine, did you say my next BD? Girl, you gonna end up having a fight. What's that girl? Jada Waiter? Is that it? Girl? Because I don't think they done, child. But you ain't hear that from me. I just don't think it. Now, this last piece of news is very, it's very significant, and it's something that I don't think you all are going to be expecting. So, Bank of America starts no down payment home loans in Black and Latino communities to close the home ownership gap. So this is pretty big, because you all know that, with Bank of America being one of the top banks and everything here in the U.S., that, they've kind of been in the news for a few things before that weren't very good for the company. So we'll leave that alone. I don't want them to like ban her, get her off of here. So I really like that they were starting this particular initiative, because Lord knows, as an employer, honey, they wasn't as diverse as you would think it would be. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that at that. But I was happy, very, very happy to see that. So if you are in the the market for a home. This is a program that's definitely for you if you are, someone that is Black, if you're in the Latino community. This is, you should go and totally see about it. Right now is a little bit of a challenging time with just the market, the economy. We got inflation, it's all of these different things, but there's certainly some room, and there are houses that are available. We just saw these people do a whole total makeover to the house that's next door to us. Like the house that was next door to us, I'm like, yo, y'all put this together with $30. Cause why? But they redid the house and it looks so good. It looks so good. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you're in the market for a home, check out Bank of America. They pretty good. I mean, even though I don't work there no more, y'all know the story with that, child. I still bank with them. I was like, oh, I get to keep my perks with it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stay with you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Now I have to take a quick break, but when I come back, we've got tonight's topic. And I gotta tell y'all about what happened. So we'll be right back.
And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Calling all beauty enthusiasts. If you haven't already, be sure to check out Prima Lash and Beauty Supply. They have trendy lashes, lash supplies, and many products catering to your beauty needs. Shop online at primalashandbeautysupply.com or visit them in store at 755 West 35th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Be sure to follow them on Instagram at Prima Lash and Beauty Bar. And don't forget to subscribe to their mailing list for special discounts, updates, and exclusive news. It all goes down at the coldest winter ever fashion affair, happening on September 25th at LTV Events in Hazel Crest, Illinois. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite. For more information, call 779-324-2177. This event is brought to you by the Black Exchange in partnership with Fluent Radio. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it. Okay. So tonight's topic, I wanted to bring this to you all because I told y'all about the training that I had this week. And it was talking about how do you, one of the topics for the class was how do you deal with conflict? And it felt like it was kind of senseless at first. I was like, why are we talking about this? Come to find out, y'all, it was some smoke with one of the other properties. Now that's the real tea. Hold on. It was so much stuff going on at this particular property, okay, that they had to include a whole segment in our training. And then the smoke came to the actual meeting, and two of the people that was into it started to go at each other directly after we finished this module in the training. Y'all, I had never seen nothing like that before. And y'all know they was us. Y'all know it was us. That's the sad part. I was like, God dog it, why y'all have to in front of company? Why y'all don't do that? We just finished a segment about conflict. And here y'all come. Here y'all come with the shenanigans. I couldn't believe it, but it was a good class. So it made me think, we went through a few things as far as how do you handle it. And I'm going to bring up my little notes here because
I just thought that it was so good. Uh, hold on. I'm trying to find the actual thing. So, because it was like, I'm like, okay. So the typical conflict responses are this: avoidance. So handling conflict. Do you avoid the conflict? The other one is complain to anyone within earshot except the person that you actually have the problem with, right? So do you go to everyone else except for the person? Then the third one is anger, an emotional outburst that makes everyone uncomfortable and solves nothing. Or do you handle conflict with revenge, which is find ways to disturb the person who has disturbed you by getting even or even sabotaging their performance or reputation? Okay. Now, so the moderator started going around and asking everybody kind of like how do they handle it, and I'm just like, well, you know what, it was so sad because I'm like thinking of it. It just really depends on the situation and then who you're actually having a conflict with, right? You could take any of those approaches, but I recognize that in the workplace, I typically go with more of the avoidance because it's just like, what is kind of like talking about it? What is that going to do? What does that actually do? And if you are a Black person in corporate, that even if you say how you feel, does it really matter? Does it really matter at the end of the day? Or is it just something that you just like this? Okay, well, I guess I need to have this conversation and I need to do this. It doesn't seem right to me. So, okay. So those are the models. But I can say that I learned a very positive thing, and I was like, I have to share this with my listeners. So it's called the calm model of handling conflict. Okay. So calm. So you break it down. The first thing is to clarify the issue. So when you're having an issue with someone, you're wanting to clarify, like, hey, I have a problem with this. Okay. The second thing is addressing the problem. So you got to be able to like not only say what the problem is, but like be able to talk about it or go into detail about it if need be, right? The third thing is also listening to the other side. Now, sometimes when you're having conflict, and even in the workplace, you know what I'm saying? You may be talking to somebody that's like a brick wall and nothing is going to come from it. But, you might talk to somebody that's actually expressive and they're like, hey, this is the problem that I'm having. This is what's going on. So that's that. The last thing is to manage your way to a resolution. Okay. Now, how many of us have had some type of conflict with somebody, something, or whatever? And you may be able to do those first three steps, but you can't come up with the actual solution to whatever the issue is. It happens. We even spoke very deeply as far as like, why do you avoid conflict? Why is conflict always seen as a negative thing? Because, conflict could just be, like it could be a disagreement, but it's a little bit more layered. I personally want to know how you all deal with conflict. Because, like I said, for me, I'm probably like a mixture of all of those different things. But as of lately, I have just been standing in my truth and being able to say what it is that I have to say. Like, I've been very frank and open with you all about like where things are as far as just like with my 9 to 5, as far as like, just I'm like, y'all playing in my face, whatever. But I say those things. I say whatever I need to say. I ask whatever questions I need to ask. I get it off my chest because it's no sense in you setting yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm. And sometimes, you may have to make things, it might shake it up, but it's all about your approach. But I do believe in being very direct and approaching the person that you're having a problem with versus kind of like hiding behind and in the bushes on the side. You like, they did this to me. I'm upset. Like, call it what it is right then and there. Be direct. For me, I don't like to let a lot of time fester. So if you doing something, if you being shady, you doing whatever, we gonna call it right then and there because what are you talking about? I think that people avoid conflict because of the fear of like, could there be some retaliation? Could there, be some type of negative impact to me? But when you sit with that for so long, that's already a negative impact. You might as well just get it off your chest. That's all I'm saying. So again, I definitely want to know what are some ways that you all deal with conflict? Because I know for me, it can get a little bit real sometimes. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. Y'all already know what time it is.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Tonight's quote. Okay, this one was a good one. Reminder to everyone that your best doesn't mean pushing yourself to your breaking point. Your best means the best that you can do while being the best you. So get enough sleep, give yourself breaks, and listen to your limits. Your best is better when you're happy and healthy. I saw this particular quote and it resonated for me because as long as I've been doing, like my business, my show, as well as, being a corporate entrepreneur, working my 9 to 5, I often times, would feel bad when I would take a break. Like I was only going to take 1 week off of the show and I was going to continue to keep going and, doing all of these different things. And I just recognized that I'm like, I cannot continue to do that because realistically, after I do the show, when I came back that I was going to go all the way through the holidays. And that's a lot. Like, I wish that I had a big team. I have my Fluent family. I have my, other stations that I'm a part of. But like, with the team, I produce my show. I do all of that stuff. And I needed a break, y'all. Like I literally was about to frazzle out. And I know somebody gonna feel me because I know that you'd have frazzled out before. She said that's awesome. Yes. Amen. Amen. Yeah, it's like you have to take that break because you can't give your best version of yourself when you are not the best version of yourself, and when you're not in an environment that's really conducive to that. So that was definitely a quote that I want to share with you all. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure that you're following me, MzMetchi, on all platforms at MzMetchi. That's MzMetchi. And make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms at the BP Media Co. If you're interested in advertising with me or if you'd like to be a guest, make sure that you visit the bpmediaco.com or, you can visit MzMetchi.com too. Either way, it's all going to route you to the same place, honey. So come on over. And next week, I've got a very special guest. We're going to be getting into some things. Make sure that you get your ticket to the art exhibit with Lauren B. That's going to be coming up this next weekend, as well as getting your tickets to the coldest winter ever fashion affair. Okay. I want to see y'all out. Y'all come and support the Black Exchange, Fluent Radio. Shout out to Fluent Radio, Mixed Talk Media, Jams 95.3 and Indie 101.5, and all of my amazing listeners in Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston. Is lit, y'all. I love y'all so much. Make sure you shop Lavish Looks, okay? And then get in tune with all of my people that have dropped their business information in the comments. And last but not least, thank you to my amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusions, Black Dollar Days, Paris Ice Bar, and of course, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. I love y'all, and I hope that you have a blessed and safe holiday weekend. And we're going to be right back here, same time, same place next week.